But we'll move on now to talk a little bit about Crystal Palace. We'll kind of throw the preview and the team selection together as we sort of talk through the teams that we will pick for this game. So Theo, I'll start with you. Obviously, we know who the goalkeeper will be. Jurgen Klopp did say to expect changes in the course of the next week or so. There's 3 games in a short space of time for Liverpool. So are you going to make any changes across the back 4, or will it be fairly similar to what we saw the other day?
I'd imagine you're going to see a change at centre-back. I think it's probably too soon for Konate. He's tread carefully with Van Dijk, Jota and Firmino, so you'd imagine he's going to do the same with Konate in a couple of sub-appearances before he can really be in a position to start, especially after the injuries he's had. So that probably means Joel Matip starts. Gomez was clutching his hamstring when he went off against Real Madrid, and Klopp said he didn't really offer an update on Gomez, but he said a few players have knocks. So you imagine that there might be a couple of changes here. Maybe James Milner can come in at right back or Tsimikas at left back, but I wouldn't make more than 2 changes. So one of the full backs put in the rotation option, and then Van Dijk and Alisson keep their places.
Yeah, very similar for me, I think, Gorsty. I'm not decided on which of the full backs I might change, but it does feel like a game that possibly James Milner might fit into this team somewhere.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I think it might just be a case of subbing out Gomez for Matip. I don't really. Obviously, they probably played a lot more over the last couple of weeks than they have been playing across January. But I don't. Other than that, I don't see too many issues of swapping out the fullbacks. I still think that they're both vital for how Liverpool get something out of games, really, particularly Trent.
I've just made my mind up. If you make a fullback change at Tsimikas, because I think Zaha's back, and we know how Milner gets on against him.
Is he back, Zaha?
I think so. He's back in training. So if he plays, Milner's always a walk-in red card when he faces him. So Trent keeps his place.
Interesting, yeah. Certainly a big boost for Palace, that one. Let's move into midfield then, Ghosty. I'm going to make a couple of changes in here. I think it seems like the time maybe to bring Stefan Bajcetic out of it, not permanently, but he did look very, very tired. I thought that the last sort of 20 minutes he was on against Real Madrid, he just looked absolutely shattered, which, fair play. I think you would be at that age having played that many minutes.
Yeah, exactly. It's, I think he's only played 15 professional games now, hasn't he? Started the last 7 or 8 maybe. It's time to give him a bit of a breather. I think he's been good. Thought he was really good against Newcastle and Everton. But take him out the firing line a little bit. Maybe bring in Naby Keita, Henderson and Fabinho.
Yeah, I'm going to bring Harvey Elliott into the midfield as well. I think maybe Fabinho might drop out. Maybe have Henderson as the 6th. Theo, what do you reckon?
I'd go with either of your two. I think you're right with the players you said to call out with Bajcetic, and one of the two from Fabinho, Henderson with Elliott and Keita, the obvious choices. The fact that Jones and Oxlade-Chamberlain in the Premier League games aren't making the bench and Artemello's not making the bench, be a surprise to see them suddenly leapfrog anyone in the pack in order to get starting games. So it's going to be between Elliott and Naby Keita. If we say only one, I'll go along with Gorsty's, but I could easily see both of them coming in.
Yeah, certainly. I'm sure we'll see them across the course of the next week or so. I'll stick with you for the attack as well, Theo. Same again. That's what I'm going to go with, but there is possibly an argument for a change in there.
I'd go same again, but then at the same time, I don't know why I've got this seed in the back of my head that when Klopp's talking about knocks and everything, maybe there's something there with Nunez or Gakpo because they came off early against Real Madrid. We know Nunez had the shoulder injury against Newcastle. How bad are these injuries? Because he hasn't really said anything. And whether it's just rotation because they've had a tough game against Real Madrid or there are a couple of injuries here. We know how Liverpool like to keep it quiet when they can do. But if everything's positive and we want to be optimistic, it's the same front 3 because Firmino and Jota aren't there yet. Klopp said that himself. They're not quite at it. They need the minutes to get back up to the levels, but it's still a work in progress.
Yeah, if they're all fit, Ghosty, is it the same again for you as well?
I don't know. I don't know whether I'd give Jota an hour. See what he's about. He obviously has, a couple of cameos off the bench. Still waiting for him to hit top speed. But I just wonder. I mean, Gakpo's played a lot, hasn't he? Since he came in, he's almost had to. because of the injuries. So I don't know whether just putting Jota in from the off, giving him an hour, see how he gets on. And then you've obviously got Firmino and Gakpo to come in and take the pressure off him if needed. So, yeah, I'm going to go Jota down the middle and Nunez and Salah.